Hey YouTube, it's Alicia here. Hope everybody is having a great day. None other. I am coming to give y'all a video on WrestleMania 41. But I'm going to be talking about the matches. I'm not going to make this too long, but I'm going to give y'all my opinions and where I feel like WWE went wrong in some of the matches and things. So first and foremost, let me just say these are my opinions alone. You can agree with me or disagree with me, but these just are my opinions. So if you want to comment about it, make sure your comment is very positive. Until then, let's get started. So the first match I want to come and talk about is Jey Uso versus Gunther. And y'all, I got this right. I got this prediction right. I was like, because I couldn't see it on TV. I went back yesterday and today to see it. And I just wanted to see him to win. That's all I wanted to see, because I wanted to prove some of y'all fans was wrong about Jey Uso. Now, do I think it should have been the one that started? It was on night one, but do I think it should have started the show? No, I really feel like this moment for Jey should have been a main event, but that's hearsay. I'm happy that he actually won. He beat Gunther. Do I think as a follow-up that Triple H can follow up and keep him as title if it's done right? If it's done correct. I want to see him hold that title more than just a week. I want to see him, don't treat him how y'all treated Sasha Banks. Oh, he can win multiple championships, but can't sustain a title. I want to see him hold that title past June. I want to see him hold that title belt past my birthday. Yeah. My 44th birthday is coming up. I want to see him hold that title belt past June. I'm hoping and praying that happens. But I think the follow-up for him is the celebration. Do I think they're trying to move Gunther up where he can go for the undisputed title? I wouldn't put it past the writers team, wouldn't put it past the creative team, and wouldn't put it past Triple H. Okay, think about it, y'all. You put the heavyweight title belt on Jey. Do y'all think Gunther is going to be in the undisputed title belt picture and go up against John Cena for it? Oh, heck yes. Heck yes. So that's that. That was for night one. Overall, it was pretty good. Now, let me just say, we had not one. Let's see. Let me pull this up right quick, because I'm thinking we did not just have not one, not two, not three, but 4 women matches. You have 3 on night one, and you have 1 for night 2. Why you couldn't just do 2 on night 1 and 2 for night 3? For night 2. Okay. So you had Naomi versus Jade Cargill on night 1. On last night. Then you had the tag team title belts on the line last night. Raquel Gonzalez and Liv Morgan versus Laura Valkyria and Bayley, but Bayley gets injured and attacked. And I'm going to talk about that. Then you have on night 2, you had Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. Finally got to pronounce her name right. Versus Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bailey and Rio Sky and Bianca for the women's title belt. Now, I want to come and talk about all four of these matches, and I'm going to get to the others as soon as I can. So let's start with Naomi. I actually liked it. Naomi gimmick. She has a new I like the new gimmick. I like the new music and thing. I think this is going to be a pretty good match. I think it's gonna it turned out to be a pretty good match. Do I think the outcome was wanted? I know some of y'all might feel like it was well just and stuff, but it still it makes Naomi standing as a female wrestler look bad. And I was expecting an interference in this match. Guaranteed I was, but I'm surprised it wasn't. Do I think the way it was done? Do I think it was just? I have to see about that. But the way that they made it look and had Naomi put over Jade, that's what I see. Jade is a phenomenal athlete, and she's comes from another sport, but she wrestled and stuff. I think she is a pretty good wrestler, but I think sacrificing Naomi to make her look good, that was a bad decision on WWE part. They could have did something where a different pin was used to still make both women look good. Even though it made Jade look good, let me just say, even though it made Jade look good, it made Naomi, it looks like they buried Naomi, and I will always say this, and I'll come back and talk about it at a later date. I think the run that Naomi is having right now and what Triple H is doing is a punishment from her walking out of the company. It's punishment. And I want y'all to think about it. Yeah, think about it. Then let's talk about Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I went back and I looked at that match. That was a pretty good match, and Tiffany ended up containing. Well done to her. I have been since from her TNA, excuse me, not TNA, but from her NXT days until now, I question how quick they was ready to turn her into Trish Stratus and stuff. I saw that. I don't think none of y'all called that. I called it, and y'all hated it that I called it out. But overall, I've been watching her. I've been observing her and stuff. She's kind of grown on me. But do I fully think her reign is wanted, or did we expect it? I don't think we actually expected that she was going to be champion this quick, especially on the main roster. But overall, it was a pretty good match. She got her teeth knocked out. I guess she cracked her teeth, or she got her teeth knocked out. One of the two. So she probably got some veneers. Okay, but overall, it was a pretty good match. I said, oh, Lord, they're going to have Tiffany lose to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. And y'all know my big complaint was with Charlotte Flair. Oh, somebody is always going to lose to Charlotte Flair. And it's like, Charlotte Flair have never put nobody else over. Well, this is the first time we ever seen Charlotte Flair put somebody else over. And really and truly with this match got pretty personal closer to the end. And so I actually thought Kaiser or Andrade, Sayonara's, was going to interfere. That was my thing. I said, okay, these two guys are going to interfere. We didn't get that. So I was very surprised they didn't use that. Unless they planning on putting them two in a match together to bring that back around to have these four have a mixed tag match. We don't say. We don't know. We don't say. But then the other match was Bailey. Excuse me, not. We're gonna talk about Valkyria in just a minute, but we're gonna have to talk about Oof, it's on the tip of my tongue, y'all. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Do that match, mind y'all, of the infamous three-way main event match from a couple of years ago. Okay, marinated. But overall, it was a pretty good match. Do I think the match called for Rhea Ripley to be part of the match? I don't think so. And I'm sorry, I have to say this about my girl, Rhea Ripley. You weaseled yourself in a match that you wasn't wanted. You weaseled yourself in a match that you wasn't wanted. I think we could have gotten a pretty good match I think this particular match could have been a pretty good match without Rhea Ripley, and it could have been just Io Sky in the #1 contender, and the winner from the Elimination Chamber, Bianca Belair. But no, do I think Rhea brought a little something to the match? I'll admit she did, but I think it wasn't wanted. Overall, the match was pretty good, but we see both of women's titles being contained. The SmackDown Women's title, Tiffany Stratton and Io Sky. Overall, that was a pretty good match. Now, let's talk about Kyria and Bayley versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez. Excuse me, y'all. I always have problems with her name. I feel Bayley was attacked by Raquel Gonzalez and Liv Morgan to make sure Bayley did make it to the match. But y'all know as soon as I'm just gonna say, y'all know as soon as we saw Becky Lynch at the WWE Hall of Fame, I said they're gonna incorporate her, bringing her back. She's coming back. I knew she was gonna come back this weekend in one of the matches. And surprise, looky here, I was right. Because I called it way months ago when her contract came up. And I told y'all, I wouldn't be too surprised they already calculating her return. Was I right or was I right? Y'all, all I'm saying is that calculation of that match was good. Now, this three-way match, I had to wait until this morning, to do this match because I need to talk about this three-way match between Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. And I got to choose a few choice words for Paul Heyman. So, one, let me speed this up because I need to finish up this stuff. But I really felt like the match was pretty good, but I don't think any of us was expecting Paul Heyman to portray Roman Reigns that he did. Now, I believe he started portraying Paul Heyman probably about 3 weeks ago. So think about when Roman Reigns got out the truck and he overheard Paul Heyman on the phone with somebody. I remember that, and I said, whoever he's talking to, he's going to portray Roman Reigns at the thing. He plotted this and stuff, and I feel like the following, because I said, oh Lord, it's going to be Brock Lesnar. It's going to be Brock Lesnar. He's going to make his return. I was very shocked to see him portray Roman Reigns for Seth Rollins. And if you remember, Seth Rollins portrayed Roman Reigns many years ago. And you have to think, Roman Reigns is the face of the company. Because if I was sure, I think he is the face of the company, and Seth Rollins is second best. Sorry, y'all, but I'm telling it like it is. But when it comes to Paul Heyman and that portrayal, when he finds somebody that he thinks can do good, he leech off of them. And that's what I saw in this case. Now, I can't wait to see Rikishi's opinion on that. But let's just say Roman Reigns and his family had a good night because, one, Cousin Jay won. Like I said, I talked about that in the beginning of this. Jay won the World Heavyweight title belt. Jacob Fatu won the men's U.S. title belt, his first win. And then they had a good night. So I know they probably went out celebrating Samoan style. Okay, let's just get it that way. But overall, I'm kind of proud of Jacob. He got his first title in WWE. Now, let's talk about the Rey Mysterio match. So we was supposed to have Rey Mysterio, but due to injury, he had to be replaced with Rey Fenix. And we had Lucha Libre wrestler Vigriagro. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. I will leave the name in the caption. But y'all, I thought that was great. And if I would, yeah, I think it was revealed to be Chad Gable and stuff. And I have always said about WWE when it came to Lucha Libre wrestlers, I feel like sometimes the Lucha Libre mans in WWE, and I have to come back and talk about this at a later date, probably this upcoming Sunday, I might come and talk about that because I feel like the way that the Lucha Libre wrestlers are being done in WWE from under Vince McMahon into Triple H, I really feel like they can do a little more better with them. But overall, it was a great match. Who else? John Cena's match. It was okay. I kind of was disappointed that they allowed John Cena to win the title, even though he actually won it and stuff, and he's a heel. I think it's a purpose of John Cena winning that match because I think it's WWE way is trying to put it on somebody else. It's WWE's way of trying to put it on somebody else. And I'm not playing. Now, let me talk about this 5-way match. We had Bronson Breakker versus Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor versus Pentagon. You got these 5. But then you had some interference in this match that I feel wasn't right. Now, so I can't think of this man's name, but I know he kind of came when WWE went to Puerto Rico. The male Vega. If you know the male wrestler with the last name Vega, you know who I'm talking about. I wish he had came out and dealt with Carlito because Carlito kept interfering in the match. I was very surprised that Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio did not go at each other. I really, overall, it was a pretty good match. Overall, do I think it was right to put the title belt on put the Intercontinental title belt on Dominic Mysterio? No. Do I think it was going to be a good idea to put it on Finn Balor? No. I think it would have been better to put it on, to put that Intercontinental title belt on Penta because that would have gave him his first win. Overall, I think now we know who got it. I think WWE probably could do a good program between Penta and Dominic Mysterio. I hope this will be a birthday gift for me for my birthday. I would love to see Penta win that Intercontinental title belt or a bigger title than the Intercontinental title belt. But that's my point of view. But it's kind of great to see both brothers, Penta and Phoenix, in WWE. They might be on 2 different brands, but hey. But I was kind of grateful for Rey Fenix stepping up and taking Rey Mysterio spot against El Grande. And y'all, we're going to have to come and talk about that. Because I've been noticing anytime somebody that's a lucha libre wrestler in WWE. WWE always used the L, whatever else, L something in it. We got to come back and talk about that. But overall, I really feel like night 1 was on point. Night 2 on point. I'm gonna have to give this year's Hall of Fame. I'm gonna come back and talk about the Hall of Fame, but WWE's, and let me just say, WWE. Let me say it. WWE Royal Rumbles, WrestleMania 41 was a pretty good show. If I could rank it, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It was certain things I liked and certain things I didn't like. But we're going to have to be focused on now how they book everybody else after the show. And I'll come back at a later date and talk about, probably Wednesday, I'll come back and talk about how I feel about WWE's Hall of Fame Awards and stuff, because I want to hear y'all thoughts and things. How do y'all feel about WWE's WrestleMania 41? And I wonder, and anybody out in Vegas, tell us, did any restaurants or bakeries give some negatives since WWE was in Las Vegas this year? All right, y'all, that's all I have time for. None other. I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe.